when it comes to mainstream schools and why mainstream school, I always think that the question should be, why not mainstream school? Because there's so much evidence there now to say that children with a disability do at least as well in mainstream schools than they do in a segregated setting. So it is just like, why not? And the benefits are just that long term, your child, if they happen to have a disability, they're not going to live in a special world. They have to live in just the standard world. And so the whole notion of special school and all this sort of, and then, when it comes to employment, like, sheltered workshops and everything, it's becoming more and more of a thing of the past. We're moving forward now. So there's a lot of change happening, which is really great and really wonderful and really, really encouraging. And so I think it's just this whole notion that, like, okay, this whole special sort of thing, I think we're moving away from that and just saying that, children are just children. And I think what's also a real benefit when I look at my own daughter is that she's just learning so much from other children. That's another thing that I sometimes struggle to understand. What is the benefit of children with a disability all going to a school together? First of all, every disability is different. So, there will be children who have different sort of needs. So just sticking all these people based on, like, the fact that they've got a disability together doesn't necessarily make sense. But also, like, it comes to questions of, like, knowing what kids at a particular age do. What toys are they into? When they get a bit older, what music is in at the time? What sort of, what do you wear to a disco? All these sort of things are such important things to learn. Because, yes, school is about academics. And, yes, of course, we want our daughter to learn how to write and read. But there's so much more to it. This whole social part of it is so important. And I just think from my point of view, she's learning that at the mainstream school because she's hanging out with all the other kids. She's going to birthday parties where all these other kids are and everything. And also, like, one of the issues long term is friendship, and it's hard for people with a disability to build up friendships, but they have to have the opportunity in the first place. So by her going just to the mainstream school, local school, she's there with, like, the neighbours' kids. She's there with the kids who just live up the road and everything. So when we go to the park on a weekend, we run into kids we know. If she went to a special school on the other side of Sydney, she wouldn't know these kids. So I think that's another thing with school. It's not just about the academic. It's so much more than that. And I think that's also really important. And as I said, I think Lucy is just learning so much from the other children, behavior-wise, academically as well, just with a lot of issues around that. So I think that's just a real benefit.